Okay, so I promised you I'd show you how to make some eggs Benedict with hollandaise sauce. So here we go. This one's for you, okay? Okay, so this is the first ingredient we need. This is called an English muffin. I don't know if you get them in Italy, but they're very popular here in Canada. They come in a bag of 6 just like this, and that's what they look like when they're out of the package. And you split it in 2 and use both halves to put the eggs on. So that's where we'll start. Okay, so there's our split English muffin ready for the eggs to go on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the toaster right now. And just going to lightly toast them until they have a little bit of crispness to them. And then back on the plate. Okay, so this is my egg poaching pan here. So basically what it is 6 spots for an egg to go for poaching them. And I just lightly grease each one of these to put an egg in. And if you take them out, you'll see that there's underneath the tray, there's an area down here to put water in, and put about 1 centimeter of water in there, and that's what steams the eggs. And if you want to, you can lift the entire tray out, and there's the pan right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of margarine and just coat the insides of the egg trays just so that they don't stick. So that's what I'm going to do right now. With a clean finger, just take a little bit there, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so 2 of the little egg trays are now greased. You can see right there, so now the eggs won't stick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little water in now. So here's my water. Inside the pan. Back on. And now I have to add 2 eggs to that. So that's the next thing that I'm going to do. Okay, so there's my 2 eggs in the pan, and that's ready for poaching now. So I'm going to move that over here onto the stove. And before I turn it on, I'm just going to show you how to make the hollandaise sauce now. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the hollandaise sauce, and it's pretty simple. What it is basically is 2 egg yolks, a little bit of lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a 1/4 cup of butter melted. So we'll get onto that right now. Okay, here's the lemon juice, 2 eggs, and like I said, we're just going to take the yolks out of those, not the whole egg. There is the butter, 1/4 cup of butter, and we're going to have to melt that. And then right here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper mixed together. And those will be our ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to take my lemon juice and I'm going to add it to a bowl with the salt and the cayenne pepper. So I'm just going to pour that in there right now. I'm going to take my 2 egg yolks that I've separated from the whites, pour those in the mix, and then just take my whisk and I'm going to whisk it all together. Now the butter, I took it out of the metal container that it was in, the metal measuring cup, and I put it in a mug and I microwaved it to melt the butter. So I'll show you what I've got here right now. So there's my melted butter in the mug, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly add that to the mixture that I just made and whisk at the same time so it all comes together and blends. Okay, so here's my melted butter, and I'm just going to slowly pour it in, and at the same time I'm going to whisk it together. And by doing that, the egg yolks won't get cooked. They'll stay separated and turn into a sauce. Okay, so that's what our hollandaise sauce looks like now, and it's still cool temperature. It's a little bit warm, but it's still cool. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to microwave that again so it warms up, and then whisk it as we do it about every 10 or 15 seconds to turn it into a thicker, creamier sauce. So I'm just going to do that right now. Okay, in the microwave it is. And we're going to microwave it for about 15 seconds. And then we're going to whisk it again and then microwave it again for another 5 to 10. Okay, with my microwave, I had to put it back in for 10 seconds, and I had to do that twice over and whisked it again, and that's about the consistency it should come out to. It should be a nice creamy consistency, and the heat of the bowl there, you can see some steam. That's helping it to keep its thickness there. So that's our sauce made up, and now onto the eggs again. Okay, so there's the eggs in the pan ready to go, and as I said before, I added a little bit of water to the bottom there, about 1 centimeter of water. And that will provide the steam for cooking them. I'm going to turn the heat on now. And I put it on a high flame to begin with, and then once the water starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down to about a medium flame. Okay, so there's the eggs. And I will put the cover on to keep the steam in. And we're just going to cook them until they are semi-soft. So the whites will be fairly hard. The yolks will still be soft and runny. So there you can see some steam starting to build up inside of there, so it's starting to cook. And pretty soon you'll see the egg whites start to turn white instead of a clear translucent color, so we're just waiting for that. So while we're waiting for the eggs to cook, here's the English muffins. You can see they're just nice and toasty there. If you can't get English muffins in Italy, you could substitute a bagel. I'm sure you probably have bagels there, and they're pretty good like this too, but English muffins are the traditional way of doing it. So that's what they look like there. Okay, it's been about 1 minute, and you can see the eggs are starting to turn white now. They're not clear anymore. So I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit now. And we're down to about a medium flame now, and that's just going to keep the steam going. It's been probably minute and 20 seconds now. And it usually takes about 2.5 to 3 minutes to be done. Okay, the eggs should be just about done here, so I'm going to check it. So just take that off there. And I just usually stick a knife in, see how the whites are. And it looks to me they're a little bit soft still, so I'm going to give it about 1 more minute, and then we'll be done. Okay, I've taken the lid off, because the eggs are now done and I've taken the heat off. So the next step is to put them all together and make some eggs Benedict for you. Okay, so the next step is freshly sliced ham. We're going to put that on top of our English muffins, just like so. And then we take our poached eggs, one on top of one, one on top of the other. So there's the poached eggs on ham on the English muffins. And then we're going to ladle some sauce on here. Okay, so there's our hollandaise sauce on top of the eggs. And you can put as much as you want on to taste. We kind of like a lot, but some people just like a little. So there you are. Okay, my Olivia, I hope that helped you out. That's your lesson in that. I didn't make any of the potatoes tonight or bacon. Sometimes we'll serve bacon on the side or prosciutto, something like that. But I just wanted to show you how to make the eggs tonight. The rest of it's pretty easy. And now I have some supper to eat too. Thank you very much. It's about 10 o'clock at night here right now. So I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to edit the video, send it to you, and you can let me know how it is. And hopefully I can make it for you one day.